Please pause for a moment of quiet reflection.
Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. I'm Lauren Wynn, and this is the AHS Morning Show. Let's get started.
Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane.
AHS TV presents The Morning Show.
Brand new.
Bringing you the latest on what's happening at AHS, the latest music, hottest trends, most effective apps, our scores, news, and more. So sit back, it's been a long week, and power up your morning with The Morning Show.
Auditions for our spring musical, Little Shop of Horrors, will be in the auditorium on November 27th and 28th, and callbacks will be on the 29th. Sign up outside 11:10 or online at the link below under the Shows and Productions tab. Don't miss out.
On Monday, the National English Honor Society hosted a poetry cafe in the Media Center during both lunches where members could share poetry and eat snacks.
Once I dive into these pages, I may not come out for ages.
Students were encouraged to share poems in exchange for service hours.
We gather students who love poetry and literature and give them a chance to read poetry that really spoke to them or read their own written poetry in a safe setting with food and friends, and it's just a really great place to come around and appreciate literature and poetry.
Congrats to this week's Rich Raider winners for showing respect, integrity, citizenship, and hard work. The winners of the free item from Chick-fil-A are Erie Rivera, Monica Galvin, Brooke Ruhl, and Daniel Lee. The winner of the Raider parking spot is Ava Williams. The winners of the Chipotle gift cards are Hannah Schmitz, Julia Volovoy, Karina Sharma, and Margaret Brim. The winners of the Raider earbuds are Anna Raquel Perez, Kimberly Gomes, Sophia Weinstein, and Ahmad Kichor. Thank you to our staff for giving out their Rich Raider tickets. This week's staff winners are students. Your rewards will be delivered today. Keep up the great work and stay rich, Raiders.
Attention all aspiring authors and artists. Do you want to have the ability to put on your college applications that you are a published author? Then submit to your school's literary magazine, Manifest. The theme for this edition is Sanity versus Insanity. Think normal in contrast to abnormal. More information on the theme for the winter edition can be found on our website. The deadline for submissions is January 22nd, so please submit soon. Send any submissions to Manifest. See the link for the website and email below.
Welcome to #Celebrate. Today, November 17th, is National Take a Hike Day. There are over 60,000 miles of trails in the National Trail System, stretching all the way from California to Maine. Take a hike, enjoy the fresh air, and enjoy the day.
Congratulations to Robert Chappell, who has been selected to the 2017 All-Metro Cross Country team. Robert is among 42 high school athletes who were selected based on their performances at the state meet, major meets, and general performance throughout the season. The Atlanta Track Club is accepting nominations of these athletes to place them on the first, second, and third All-Metro teams. Please vote for Robert for first All-Metro by visiting alpharettaxc.com. Voting ends on November 17th.
Art to me is not only a way to de-stress and kind of let out all my emotions, but also like express my visions, like turn my visions into a reality. As cheesy as it sounds, it's kind of like magic to me. I sometimes do a little research into the past because I really like history, so some of my art is inspired by historical events. But sometimes I also take aspects of reality and then combine them all into one. My favorite piece is a self-portrait I did of myself where I have several masks on top of my face, so it's like expressing my identity and like different sides of me.
Come out and support the Raiders against Douglas County this Friday.
What's up, guys? This is Kyoko, and you're watching Jams. This week, I'll be talking about a group that has gained international success but rarely gets played on the radio here in the US. The group is called BTS and originate from South Korea. The 7 members, Rap Monster, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook make up the K-pop ensemble. They formed in 2013 under the production company Big Hit Entertainment, debuting with their single No More Dream. And has since then become international sensations. They are known for their creative music videos, impressive dance skills, and upbeat music. Their most popular songs to date are Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and DNA. Which they happen to be performing at the AMAs this Sunday. You can listen to all their albums and EPs on Apple Music, Google Play, and Spotify. That's all for this segment. See you next week.
You volunteered to do the teacher for a day, correct?
Yes.
So what do you do normally?
I'm a rabbi at a synagogue here in Johns Creek.
What was your favorite thing about the program?
Getting to see how everything's changed. I went to high school here, and it was cool to see how everything's different, like the library and how everybody has tablets, and it's kind of the same but very different, so everybody's really on it.
It was an awesome experience. I got to be in the French class. I was amazed by the discipline of the students. I sat through 2 periods to see the difference between the younger students and the older students. It was just a very interesting experience, and also to see this fantastic campus. That really surprised me. There was a big wow factor there.
Well, definitely that everybody's allowed to use their cell phones in class because we got into so much trouble for that. But just the students, like the way that they would answer questions and how engaged they were.
Do you think that it was a good experience for them?
I think that based on what they stated, the experience was exactly what I hoped it would be. I wanted our community members to come into our building, see what an amazing place this is, but also see what a challenge it is to be a teacher and a student today.
That's awesome. Thank you. And would you be willing to do this again in the future?
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the Alpharetta speech team for a very successful competition this weekend at Carrollton High School. In duo acting, Anders Nelson and Catherine Summers placed 3rd, and Avantika Ramanathan and Alexa Espinoza placed 1st. In poi, Avantika Ramanathan placed 6th, Delaney McGowan 3rd, Karthik Ramaswamy 2nd, and Catherine Summers 1st. Congratulations!
On Monday, the National English Honor Society hosted a poetry cafe in the Media Center during both lunches where members could share poetry and eat snacks.
Once I dive into these pages, I may not come out for ages.
Students were encouraged to share poems in exchange for service hours.
We gather students who love poetry and literature and give them a chance to read poetry that really spoke to them or read their own written poetry in a safe setting with food and friends, and it's just a really great place to come around and appreciate literature and poetry.
Hey, it is Bert and Kristen from The Bert Show on Q100.
This is a big shout out to the Georgia Association of Student Councils because we need your help to raise money for Berts Big Adventure. And what is Berts Big Adventure?
Yeah, this is a nonprofit we started 16 years ago, and we take children that have chronic and terminal illnesses down to Disney World, and we shower them with a VIP experience for 5 days, and we bring everybody in the family.
They've never been able to do family vacations. They've never been able to have moments like this because there's been so much time spent in the hospital. There's been so much money spent on hospital bills.
These kids who overcome so many obstacles in their life, be able to just cut loose with their brothers and sisters, moms, dads, grandparents, and just run around, turn themselves into princesses and pirates. I think that's just such a special thing to see.
But to just say that's all we do is a big-time understatement.
Karma, you have shown Mommy and I that every memory, big or small, should be cherished. Cancer is all you have known, but even in chaos, you have shown such grace.
From the day you were born, you had to fight to survive. And at that time, I had no idea what a fighter you were going to be. And boy, she has done it.
At times, I look at you and cannot believe that you're mine and that we are related somehow. You've mentored us, loved us unconditionally. You are always there to tell me, Mom, it will be okay.
This is not a trip about escape. This is all a trip about connection. We want to know all the kids' names. We want to know their stories.
You see the families forming these connections and the kids forming connections with the other children and the other families. And it's so cool to witness and so cool to be a part of.
And it costs about $15,000 to $20,000 per family, and that's where you guys come in, because it's expensive to go down to Disney World.
So when it comes to your state service project and your school fundraisers, we want you guys to be as creative as possible to raise as much money as possible for Berts Big Adventure.
Means the world to us that you guys are helping us out, and you're helping out anywhere between 13 and 15 families that we take on Berts Big Adventure, and it really is life-changing. So thank you so much for helping out Berts Big Adventure.
And as an extra incentive, we have some magical prizes that we're going to announce later for the school that raises the most money and the school that has the most creative fundraiser.
Thank you so much for thinking of Berts Big Adventure. You are literally changing lives with this trip. So get as creative as you can, be as passionate as you can, and on behalf of all the future families from Berts Big Adventure, thank you so much.
The Sock Cup Dance will be from 8 to 11 p.m. in the Auxiliary Gym on Saturday, December 9th. The tickets are $20 and all proceeds will go to Berts Big Adventure. Tickets can be purchased at the link below.
Good morning, I'm Matthew George here reporting on the insight behind Alpharetta High School's one and only fencing club. Let's find out the scoop. Alpharetta High School's fencing club has a long, strong history to it having been around for 8 to 9 years.
Fencing is it's a sport. It gets looked at a bit as just a club around school, doesn't get a whole lot of attention, but it is a sport. Having seen what these kids go through at the tournaments, and seeing the work they put in and seeing the competition, it's a fantastic sport.
We talked to the team captains about what fencing club means to them.
The Alpharetta fencing program, honestly, it's a great program, definitely. There's a lot of great moments between coaching and then the after tournament dinners, and there's a lot of fun activities, games that we play, and there's a lot of social aspects going on.
Personally, I enjoy the fact that it requires you to be both physically very quick and mentally on your toes. You have to think really quickly when you're fencing. You have to react, and you also have to, move proactively.
Mr. Plimpton, a mathematics teacher, plays a role as the fencing club faculty sponsor.
To keep things moving behind the scenes, I'm the faculty sponsor. I get the equipment to the tournaments. I make sure the kids are signed up for the tournaments. We make sure we pay the fees. But other than that, I sit and I watch, and I let the kids, I let them go, because they're the ones that are the competitors. They're the athletes. They're the ones that are competing. I'm just behind the scenes making sure things run relatively smoothly.
Hey Raider Nation, my name is Jaden Clark with the Raider Recap. Last week, the Alpharetta Raiders beat the Gainesville Red Elephants in their first round of the playoffs 40-24 in an absolute domination of the Red Elephants. Some of the star players from the game was senior running back Nolan Edmonds, who had 17 carries for 122 yards and 1 touchdown. And with that 1 touchdown, he had 1 36-yard reception and a 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, which tied the school record. And on the defensive side of the ball, it was senior strong safety Marcus Webster, who had 9 tackles and 4 solo along with 4 assists. The Raiders this week will now move on to play Douglas County in the second round of the playoffs. This game will be played at home at 7:30 at Raider Stadium. Be sure to come and watch as the Raiders continue their run to state.
Which way do we go?
Let's go this way.
Okay. I ain't with the back and forth. I ain't back and forth. What you asking for? Put your back on me like But is your man still back at home? He ain't that important like that. You ain't really seen it like that before. Not like that before. You like when you put it like that, like that, like that, like that. You right. Think you got it like that when I act like that. Alright. I'm about to have to backtrack. Back on back. You right. You right. You right. You right. Already know what you want. Why you keep hitting my phone? Quit it before. Just wait till I get in my zone. Call it silly talk. Marvin told me never hit it wrong. Certain shit pick up on. You cannot trick me, the jig is up. Never up, like, evidently you dumb. Little boy ain't no chump. Real don't say nothing.
I'm Sven and you've been watching The Morning Show.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel. If you like that, click the subscribe button below and good things will happen forever.